Hey everybody, welcome back to the Neurobrain channel. So this video is basically going to be an update and an explanation for why I haven't made a video in almost a month. So yeah, as many of you know, I have cancer. It's stage 4, and I had a really bad last 2 months actually. So let me go back a ways. Around about the time we actually went to Cherry Springs, and I did a lot of videos then. The chemo that I was on stopped working, okay? And there were a lot of indications of this. However, they kind of got ignored, unfortunately, by the medical people who I was trusting with my care. And because of that, I got gradually worse and worse. And even if you go back and look at some of those videos at Cherry Springs from 2024, you can see that like my stomach was very extended and large, and that wasn't fat, that was actually fluid. It's in my abdomen. And to clarify a little bit, because a lot of people misunderstand this, when I say fluid in my abdomen, I'm not talking about like in my stomach. I'm talking about my organs and my stomach are floating around in this fluid, all right? And also this fluid had a lot of blood in it, and so I was becoming, and actually I'm still very anemic and weak because of it, and so I couldn't eat, and there's just a lot of compounding issues just, kind of just tumbled over on top of each other because of this. And I actually really kind of slipped downhill pretty quickly. I was in the hospital a lot actually lately, and because they've been monitoring me and so forth, but I'm back out, and I got my first ambulance ride out of all this. I got my I passed out in the hallway when I was at Fox Chase Cancer Center for a consultation. I was just there to talk to people, and yeah, I passed out in the hallway and woke up with a lot of doctors and medical people around me giving me a lot of attention, because somebody passes out in the hallway, I guess that's kind of a big deal. But anyways, things are getting better again though. So we have switched me to a new type of chemo called carbotaxol, which is just 2 different types of chemo, and it has gotten the fluid under control. Tomorrow I go for my 3rd treatment of this chemo, and I've been getting the chemo every single week, although eventually they will switch me over to a dose where I get 1 really big dose and then I have 3 weeks off, which is actually going to be great, because I'm kind of looking forward to having 2 weeks of my life out of 3 where I'm not recovering from the chemo that I'm getting injected with. But anyways, that's kind of what's been going on. I've lost a lot of weight. Well, let me clarify a little bit just like how thin I am right now. And I know most of you, you look at thin and you think, oh, healthier. That's not the case for people with cancer and that are on chemo. One of the natural side effects of chemo is unfortunately that you lose weight, and trying to keep weight on is actually a real struggle sometimes. I know one of the last paracentesis that I had, and I'll explain this for a second here what a paracentesis is, but when he was doing the ultrasound of me, he showed me the fat layer on my stomach, and I kid you not, it was paper thin. Which is unhealthy. It's actually really bad to be that thin, because your body's basically in starvation mode almost all the time. So anyways, a paracentesis, and I've had a lot of paracentesis lately. I know at first it started out, I was getting a paracentesis every 4 weeks, and then every 3, then every 2, and then every 1, and then it got to the point where it was every 5 days, every 4. It actually was every 4 days at the worst point. But a paracentesis is where they stick a catheter in through your abdominal wall and basically drain the cavity that is filled with fluid. And I know the worst one that I had was 5.2 liters that I had inside of me, which is a lot, and I was really uncomfortable then. The last one that I had though was 2.5, so it's coming down, thank goodness. I've lost a massive amount of muscle mass. I take about 3 steps upstairs and I start getting out of breath now. But before all this happened, I used to leg press 2,000 pounds in the gym. And I remember when we were first talking to a doctor, and I told her this, and she's like, and she turned to my wife and was like, he's joking, right? My wife was like, no, that's a reality. That used to be my life. Okay, now it would be difficult to leg press my own weight right now because I'm pretty weak. I've got a lot of recovering to do, a lot of strength to get back, but I'm pretty optimistic about the future again, and I can't wait to start making videos again for you guys. I know I've got some pretty cool topics coming up here. I know I'm going to compare two identical sensors, one that's mono and one that's one-shot Keller, because I know I get a lot of questions about that. And yeah, so look forward to seeing me again soon, and I'll start making content once again now that I'm kind of starting to feel better. Hopefully this chemo, I don't get side effects from it very quickly. I know that the side effect of this chemo that I'm on now is neuropathy, which I actually already have neuropathy, but hopefully we can kind of minimize it and so forth. I know I'm going to do everything on my part to keep it to the minimum possible. So I hope you enjoyed this video and this little update from me, and we'll be seeing you again soon.